hello. Let me check if we are live. It's Anastasha Grace here. Amazing. It seems like we are live. Let me check the feed. If you guys come jumping on, say hi. And I'm going to be checking your messages today. We're going to speak about a very, very fascinating topic, power couples. So jump in, say hi, tell me if you hear me, and I will make sure that I can see the comments. Perfect. I can see it. I can see it. Excellent. Rock and roll. Okay, power couples. If you are here, if you're watching this show, I assume that you are interested in relationships. You are interested in that powerful, beautiful state of love, connection, incredible bliss in your love, in your relationship. Video were interrupted. Video got interrupted. Okay, no, we're live. Seems like we're live, and I guess I'm back. Yeah, if we have some interruptions, let me know. Send me a message that if you can see me, if you can hear me, so we can make sure that everything is going smoothly. My name is Anastasha Grace. I am a behavioral specialist, Akashic Records channeler, a healer, master practitioner, and relationship expert. Relationships, love, heart openings, that's something that I work on everyday basis and with clients, and enormous, incredible transformations are happening. And one of the areas that I love working in is couples, and working with couples and creating, helping those couples to create those magical connections, magical relationships. So for me, I'll give you a definition of what power couple means. Power couple means both empowered, strong, beautiful beings coming together into the union to create this life of magic. Hi, Olga. Hi, Kat. People jumping on. Sharma, guys, let me know if you are in a relationship, if you are single, if you're looking for the one, so I can address your questions and I can address more of the subject. But today is the subject of power couple. Beautiful connections that last over a lifetime and grow in their emotional connection, physical connection, spiritual connection, and grow more in the bliss, beauty, and appreciation of each other. I'm sure you already familiar with struggles that couples go through when they begin their journey. It's blissful and incredible and fun for a couple of years. It's good for 5 years. However, down the 10-year mark, 15-year mark, a lot of things start crumbling apart due to disconnection, due to build up this residue of resentment, of unhappiness, dissatisfaction, disconnection, misunderstandings, wounds that partners give each other, consciously or unconsciously, like purposefully or not. Those things build up. So my mission in the world and my purpose and my favorite thing to do is to work with couples to get them reconnected and also teach them what is this beautiful union is capable of, what's possible out there, and how to cultivate that love and connection, and to feel safe, to feel incredible, expansive, to feel like you are living your life, that you're not living somebody else's life, or that you're not just here to to adjust and accommodate and struggle through this relationship, but rather feel like in this state of euphoria and bliss every single day. Wouldn't you like that? So tell me what's your situation? I'm still dropping off. Well, hopefully I will be connected and reconnected again. Keep dropping in and out. I think that's internet connection today, unfortunately. Let me know if I completely fall out. That would be a bummer. Okay, let me get into the subject of power couples. For Urban Dictionary gives a definition: a relationship between two people that are equally cool as each other, and they are individually awesome and fun to be around with, whether they're together or whether they are apart, right? It doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound great, like two powerful and bright and shining, and expressed individuals living in the union. Or another definition is that people that focus on succeeding in their careers or succeeding in their life passions, life purposes, and they come into the relationship to empower each other instead of suppressing one another or seeking for some kind of validation, seeking for a safe harbor, seeking for someone who will just serve their needs and nothing else. So it's a huge difference between like an old paradigm of the relationships that we have been seeing, and quite often we see it in our parents as well, and we carry this wound of dysfunctional relationships that we have seen in the past, or we have read the stories, or we have seen our parents struggle. However, there is a new wave coming. There is a new trend emerging of couples that are is equally as powerful as each other, and also being on the mission, fully self-expressed, and either being on the mission on their own separate missions, or being on the same mission together. And you probably know there's the examples of those those couples. Kat says she is single and looking. That's amazing, because today I will give you a framework of how to set up your relationship in the most powerful way, and how to look and how to find that person, how to identify that particular person that you can be in the full expression, in the full empowerment, in the full openings, in the full trust, in the full bliss with. I will share a power couple formula which I use when I work with clients and I work with couples. In that formula will give you the foundation, will give you fundamentals of what to create, what to look for, and what to set up in your partnerships, so it is the most it is the most thriving and the most successful and the most loving. Why couples are important? Why do I feel why do I place such importance, and why do I place such an importance in my work on the relationship? Well, the truth is, there's nothing. Everything on this planet is born out of the dryad. Everything on this planet is born out of two energies coming together. Whether you look at the flowers, you look at the nature, you look at the birds, you look at the any kind of form of life on this planet, that needs to be like something that represents a masculine and something that represents a feminine, that comes together into that union and to that burst and that connection where life emerges. So dryad or connection of two energies, it's a portal. It's a portal through which this life emerges. So it is not only biological need for us, it is also psychological need, it is also emotional need, and it is a spiritual need. So relationships and coming together in the partnership is embedded in a human being on multiple levels. So those relationships that have a connection on all levels, those are the most satisfying, the most incredible, and the most delicious ones. And when I say all on all levels, what I mean is that on the level of base chakra, which is survival, which is living here and now on this plane, in safety, with wealth, with certainty and security. That's our base chakra, right? That's our physical world. Second chakra, which is our sexual and connection, that is our life force, which is the source of our life force. The connection through that chakra is essential. And how many couples end up being sexless over the years, or having struggles in their intimacy because there is not enough connection, not enough energy, or not enough communication or understanding, or vice versa. Too many traumas and wounds have been built on there. So that is such an important part of our lives. Then power chakra. Power chakra is the connection in your who you are, your true self, in your identity, in your willpower, in your emergence here in the world. Heart chakra connection is, of course, is essential in relationships, in love, in with our loved ones. And open heart is a portal to so many layers of us, to our emotional beings, to our healing, to our spiritual selves. It's such an incredible portal, and that energy that heart emanates is the wavelength is 70 times larger than the wavelengths of the brain waves. So it is a huge beacon of light and life. That's our heart chakra. Then throat chakra. Throat chakra is that's shows our self-expression, our ability to communicate ourselves, who we are, our true selves, our truth, our beliefs, our needs. And it's here, if we get a blocked throat chakra, it affects our self-esteem, our ability to stand up for ourselves, to speak up for ourselves, to ask if we need. So the connection with your partner on in open throat chakra is essential for that powerful communication, that where you feel heard and understood and seen, as well as you can easily and effortlessly and freely express your love for that person. Then on connection on the third eye chakra, that's where our trust, our mutual visions, our seeing ourselves in this world, seeing ourselves as we are, and also having this multi-dimensional connection as well through the third eye. And our seventh chakra, a crown chakra, connection with our partner will indicate that purpose, that we live with a purpose, and our purpose is supported by our partner, and we support our partner in their purpose. And also that spiritual connection with the spirit. with our own spirit and with their spirit, with their higher self as well. So there's multi-level connection with our partner brings that full fulfillment, full satisfaction, full expression ourselves as a physical beings, human beings and spiritual beings. And that's why I say power couple, because there's power in all levels. To create that, to be in that state of full empowerment, the relationship is or must be cultivated between two mature adults, between two sovereign beings. Imagine yourself a king and a queen. Imagine yourself two uh, fully empowered beings, like two CEOs meeting, right? Where you're in your full self-expression, your desires are expressed, you communicate freely without holding back, without any kind of fear that you might trigger some kind of a power struggle. And that's the massive one. How do we stay in a relationship as two powerful beings, as a power couple, without creating a power struggle? Right? Because power struggle is one of the stages in relationship development after this beautiful stage of love and fascination, that magical connection happens and a relationship progresses forward, we stumble upon this stage of power struggle, where kind of two two people trying to decide who's more important, or maybe prove their importance, or maybe one partner tries to control another partner, or the vice versa. Another partner is trying to kind of protect their territory and prove and demand their freedom and freedom of choice. But because this accommodation or adjustment is required, it feels like you don't have the full freedom. So how to be fully free in the relationship of two connected beings? How do you stay connected and stay free at the same time? And that's a big question. That's an important question. The answer lies in, of course, understanding and behavioral understanding of self and others. And I will provide you with the a power couple formula, which includes that step of understanding each other. And it requires emotional intelligence, it requires behavioral flexibility, it requires a lot of common sense and a lot of that is a spiritual development as well, increase in consciousness and increase in awareness, so you can be as flexible as possible. And behavioral flexibility, the person with behavioral flexibility wins, or say a company, if we're talking about the market, the company with the most behavioral flexibility wins, because the person who's capable of flexibility versus being rigid and fixed always can adapt, grow, and adjust, right? So that person has more options, more abilities, more capabilities, more capacities. So let's get back to the understanding how the relationship between two sovereign beings look like, versus the old model where one party had to adjust, and usually that would be a woman. And historically, a woman would be a party that kind of accommodates, adjusts more in the relationship. And quite often that is done out of the a powerlessness, out of the non-empowered state, more like defeating position, kind of like, oh well, I have to do this because if I don't do it, who will do it? And that doesn't have to be this way. You can stay fully connected to yourself and fully empowered and be flexible at the same time. And even if you have to adjust, and even if you need to surrender in some uh, some areas of your life, or some stages of your relationship, or some situations, you can still stay empowered and connected to yourself. What is and how is it achieved? It's achieved through self-mastery, achieved through understanding what are your needs, what are your values, and what are your boundaries, and where you will it's okay for you to adjust and accept and surrender, and where you're going to draw the line. Quite often we we suffer because we just don't have very clear boundaries, a clear understanding to ourselves. Where is my standard? Where is my boundary? From on to which point is I'm flexible, and to which, and after which point I've been taken advantage of. And when this boundary is not felt properly or understood, you can feel like you've been taken advantage of, or you're dissatisfied or uncomfortable, even if nothing actually really bad happening in your life. In order to establish your own boundaries, a certain digging and certain understanding of self is required. In regards to, and take the same structure as a baseline for understanding self. First of all, on the base chakra, in your survival, in your safety, in your feelings that you are, in your feelings of self-worth, that you are okay in this life. What is needed for you? What is required for you? Where is the must? What is more desirable? Or what is good to have, or what is amazing? So that understanding, then say on your sexual chakra, on your second chakra, in your connections, in your intimacy, in your trust on the physical level, what is okay for you, what is good to have, what is needed, what is required, knowing this. On your power chakra, knowing self, what is required for you, what do you want, what do you wish, what do you strive for, what is important to you, in which situation, like, it's a must have. If you don't complete this in your life, or you don't try this in your life, you don't fulfill that in your life, you will feel that your life is wasted. What is it for you? On your heart level, what do you require? On your physical level, what do you require? That knowing of self is very, very, very important. I sometimes with clients, what I hear is, when I ask them questions like, what is your vision for your relationship? What do you want? What is the best version of your relationship? When I hear I don't know, it just tells me that a person is simply lazy. They are lazy even to spend time in searching and discovering themselves, searching and identifying the importance for themselves, for what they create in the future. This kind of it's like there is a defeat straight away in your life without even starting anything. And I'm talking about people that are 35 and over. when you are like 30, 35, 40, 50 years of age, you must know yourself. You must know what is important to you, what is needed for you to have a fulfilled, satisfied life and fulfilled, satisfied relationship. It's a must. And the truth is, you already know. Everything is already in your awareness, if you in your knowing, in your unconscious mind. You just need to pull it out. You need to give yourself permission, and you need to give yourself time to spend it with yourself, to discover, and not be scared to find something that you don't like, and don't be scared to to discover things that are not achievable in your perception right now. It's okay. It's okay to dream. It's okay to desire. It's okay to set yourself goals, even, and it's okay not to fulfill on those goals, not to achieve them. It's okay to have, a bucket list of hundreds and hundreds of items on it. And even if you tick off 3 out of 300, that's also okay. So you just need to start giving yourself permission. Do not be lazy with this. With discovery of yourself and dreaming, living your life, or dreaming your life into existence. Dreaming your life into existence. Far too often we got shut down in the childhood, and we're not allowed to dream. We were told that's not possible. You will never achieve that. That's not going to happen. This habit of suppressing ourselves is, it's just far too many people have it, this pattern. So dropping it, and bit by bit allowing yourself to have these conversations with yourself. What is that I need? What is that I require? What is that most empowered me looks like? And what does this version of most empowered a couple, relationship, partnership for me, what does that look like? And to to give you homework, I will give you a few questions. What do you need? What do you need to be? What do you need to be? What do you need to have? And what do you need to do? What is it that in your life that you need to be? What is it that you need to have? And what does it need you need to be, that after 90 years or 100 years of your life, you come to the end of your life and you can freely and simply say to yourself, I had an amazing life. I had the most express, most free, most beautiful, most adventurous, or most connected, most loving life I could possibly live. I don't see any other versions of my life except for this one. So that's your empowered state. That is your empowered state. And to achieve that, apart from knowing yourself really, really well and giving yourself that permission to be that, stop placing your worth outside of yourself. Place your self-worth inside of yourself. Grounded, connected within yourself. And that is another element of the power couple or empowered relationship, where both partners do not depend on each other to validate them or to make them feel good, make them feel better. It's the state where you feel great and amazing by yourself, and when there's another person that is just as empowered and just as happy and just as fulfilled as you are next to you, and it's just double fun and becomes like incredible joy and juiciness. And that's what it takes, is not putting your self-worth outside, not onto the money, not onto the status, or some kind of your own expectations, or your work, or your achievements, or even your relationships or your family, not putting it there, but putting it inside, putting it here, because you are the one that's living your life. You are the one that are alive. You are the one who's creating this day, uh, minute by minute, and then you create your life day by day. So that will bring you to the place where you are feeling empowered. And by showing this example, being like that, you give your partner permission to be like that as well, to be in the full self-expression, in the highest self-worth, highest self-regard, and highest self-acknowledgement. And that brings me to the first element of the power couple formula. Power couple formula consists of 5 elements, and the first one is respect. I just want to highlight that once again, and just think about it. All of the troubles and all of the problems in a relationship happen, or and all those miscommunications, or all the anger, or all the fights, or all the discontent, or dissatisfaction, or stonewalling, or withdrawing, snappiness, like angry language, violent approach to each other, violent communication, or even physical violence. Imagine if your foundation and the fundamental element of your relationship was respect at all times. Would that be happening? Criticism? No. Discontent, dissatisfaction, that you know, venomous attitudes towards each other. It wouldn't be happening if you have fundamental value of yourself and your couple and your environment as respect. You eliminate straight away all of those problems that family counseling works for years and years. If you go to family counseling, you start working through those issues. He said that, she said that, he did that, she did this, in the past happened this. If your main agreement or main value, the foundation and the baseline of your relationship is respect, those problems fall off automatically. So whether you are single or you are in a relationship or you're looking for a partner, and you're healing from from previous relationships, take that as as something, as a guidance, as a guidance for yourself for the future, something that you can implement at all times, and something that you can use in your life, and either bring it to your relationship now, or if, when you create a new relationship, you place that foundation straight away. Discuss what respect means to you. Again, that is not a feeling. Respect is not something that is just happens. It's not something that can be expected without communication. Respect needs communication. Respect needs identification of what respect means for each person, because it's very individual thing. And there are, of course, society accepting kind of accepted standards of the relationship, like respecting elders, being polite, saying saying thank you and you're welcome. However, for each and every single person, respect is individual. So have this conversation in your relationship, in your couple. What does respect mean to you? How would you like to receive the respect? How would you like respect to be displayed and shown to you? And also ask yourself in the same time, why? Why is it like that? Why is it important to you in that particular way? And usually you will find the reason for it somewhere deep in childhood. You will find a connection between certain meanings in the deeper childhood. For example, if being on time means respect to you, and being not on time, someone's late, you find it disrespectful, question yourself, why is it like that? What created that particular meaning for you? What situation? Where do you feel humiliated? Do you feel like you've been taken for granted if someone's late? So those elements are important to discover for yourself, and also important to discuss in the relationship. So those unintentional moments of disrespect can be eliminated, and that will cause less fights. That will increase the internal empowerment. That will increase trust as well. That